let's talk about how you can find products that actually have the potential to sell in niches with sufficient opportunity. Why is this important and how can it make you money? Of course, it's no secret you want to make money on Amazon, which is why it would be unwise to just randomly choose products or base what you choose to invest your money in solely based on intuition. You'll want to ensure there's a demand for what you end up investing your money into, but you might have your own criteria as to what is opportunity and what is not opportunity. And that really is the beauty about the tool that I'm about to share with you in this video. You can put in whatever you want as a criteria, and it's going to spit back a list of outputs, the exact products that hit the criteria you just entered within minutes. By the way, when I was getting started, this same exact work took me ages to do manually, and you save so much time by using software. Anyways, enough about me. Let's go ahead and hop into the tool so you can learn through example. First, say you're not on this page. The way that you can get into the tool is hit Tools, Black Box, and then we'll focus on the very first tab that comes up, which is Products. From here, you can begin inputting in the criteria that you have in mind. So for example, you can discover different products by selecting different categories. In this case, I might want to look at the home and kitchen category, maybe the kitchen and dining. Plus, let's select patio, lawn, and garden. For the number of sellers, let's say we want to see no more than 2. This is essentially telling the tool, hey, I don't want a whole bunch of products that are maybe wholesale or arbitraged, though you could also do the opposite if maybe you are a wholesaler or arbitrage seller. Maybe you want to put in a minimum of like 5 or something here. For the time being, I'm going to do this as somebody who is interested in private label. Something else I could input in is monthly sales in units. This is the number of products or volume the product moves per month as estimated by Helium 10's algorithm, developed from when Amazon made its algorithm public. P.S. I make a note here to point out that there is no magic number. We can input 150 considering they're selling 5 units a day to, I don't know, let's just say 400 units a day, between 10 to 15 units a day. Other filters, we have price. For this example, I'm going to input in a minimum of 20 and a maximum of 40, meaning the last time that Helium 10 checked, the price of this product was selling for somewhere between $20 to 40. You guys do what works for you. I do not recommend just copying my numbers. I'm literally pulling them out of thin air to demonstrate how you can really make the most out of Black Box. There is plenty of opportunity that is yours for the taking. If I wanted to, I could also do brand search and seller search. I'll show you guys how to use that in a little bit here, where I can exclude brands and I can exclude sellers. Now, personally, I also really like doing review count because when you list your product for the first time and it's brand new, you will have 0 reviews and you need to be able to stack up to your competition, right? I'm going to say that I'm looking for products with a maximum of 150 reviews because maybe opportunity for me is finding a product that's selling like 5 or 10 or 20 units a day, but it's still fairly new because it's less than 150 reviews. And I find that validating to know a newer product is still able to do decent numbers. Another filter you could look at is the BSR rank. BSR stands for Amazon's bestseller ranking, and the lower the number, the more product is being sold. Think of it as the number 1 bestseller. What does that mean? It means that it's selling a lot, right? Exactly the same exact thing here. I could find products that had less than 4 stars or something like that, shipping size, fulfillment type, weight, etc. I could also consider the number of images. If I put a max of 3 in for this, what is this really telling the tool? A fully optimized Amazon listing has a full complement of 7 images, at least 7 images, I'd say. So to me, I see this as opportunity or potential opportunity because if there's a seller who only has 3 images in their listing, they're probably still learning how to properly put together a listing and generate revenue on Amazon, right? Maybe they're not fully optimizing that space, or they've got bullet points and a title or description that leaves something to be desired. And that's interesting to see what products, despite there being an indication that the seller does not have a great listing optimization or quality, it's still selling. It's still selling 5, 15, 20 units a day, right? That's why we put that there. The last one I'm going to go ahead and use is variation count. I'm going to say a maximum of 1 just because I don't want a whole bunch of listings here to have a whole bunch of colors or different sizes. I just want to focus on the standalone products. As you guys can see, there's tons of filters that you can go ahead and look up. And if you find a set of filters that you really like using, make sure to save that to your filter library. So then you don't have to always set this every single time that you go in. All right, let's go ahead and hit search and see what comes up. And there you have it. We came up with 75 results. And this is perfect because honestly, if there's over 200 results, it's only going to show 200. This is on purpose because the point here is to save you time, money, and energy. You don't need to open up over 200 results, you guys. Just input the parameters you know signal opportunity and then use those filters to narrow it down. If you have over 200 show up, I actually suggest you even go back and refine. I guarantee you're not going to be sitting there looking at over 700 listings. Ain't nobody got time for that. But even if you do, you'd probably do it in bulk, take a break, and then come back, right? This is the same sort of thing. And that is why I typically recommend running a variety of searches, see what populates, and then begin to create a shortlist. Another reason is so many of you out there say, hey, wait a minute, Helium 10 is the #1 software out there, 1 million users. Everybody's going to be searching for the same product as I do. And you don't have to worry about that because if you are doing some really broad search, yeah, probably by chance, other people are going to be searching for the same thing as you. But if you are filtering down so much from that 2 billion products that we have, that only 75, like in this situation, come up, well, you can pretty much be sure that you know it's very unlikely somebody's doing the exact same search as you. Okay. Enough said. Once you get to this list, you can see all the information on these products here. None of the information is particularly new in the sense that all the filters we just ran through are the numbers that we're looking at, like review count. Remember, I had said, hey, I need less than 150 reviews. You can see that some of these have really low reviews. The estimated monthly sales, the retail price, anything that you see here with a graph, I can actually check into the history of the BSR. I can check the history of the price, the reviews, the monthly sales, etc. And basically, all you've got to do is look at these and say, hey, is there anything that looks interesting? What the heck is this wooden coffee pod here? We could open this up in Amazon and see this product here. It's been selling 300 units and look at this, only 3 images, which look AI generated. It doesn't even have real images. That is wild. Remember I said the listing probably isn't great? I mean, these bullet points are okay. The description, check this out. They don't have A+ content and they have a 1-line product description. A not so great listing with this person is still probably doing about 10K a month on Amazon. So this is just the first way, guys, of finding product opportunity. And again, let me reiterate, please do not copy the filters that I just did. Enter in your own criteria of what you think is product opportunity. Go ahead, put it through, get the output, take a look at what gets back to you in black box, check it out on Amazon, and then see if it's something that you actually want to consider doing. I'll catch you in the next video.